Hello guys and welcome back to the channel. Today we're gonna be discussing about Bitcoin, the crypto market, what's going on, what's going to be happening. So smash the like button, subscribe to the channel because we post one video every single day. Guys, yesterday great news from the Bank of Canada who decided to cut interest rates and that really helped to propel the price of Bitcoin, crypto and also the stock market to higher levels. And guess what guys, of course with our VIP group we already had this prediction that Bitcoin would have gone down, would have a retracement down and then it would have started to go to the upside. We're posting these guys every single day, Bitcoin analysis, altcoins analysis, and we were ready to pretty much get the support on Bitcoin and then to make very, very good money. As you can see, these are the results of our traders, which is insane. So if you want to join the VIP group, guys, link in the description below. You're not gonna regret it. But let's now cut the chase and let's have a look at Bitcoin straight away. So guys, this is going to be very important because this is pretty much the breaking point. So Bitcoin really looks like it wants to go higher. It wants to continue to go higher. And what we should be expecting from here is how high we could go to. So in general, what I like to do from my point of view is usually to utilize the Fibonacci extension. Is a mathematical sequence which can tell me what could be the highest level of Bitcoin if we're going to continue to the upside. And at the moment, guys, this Fibonacci extension is talking about $95,000, and this could be in line. And I'm going to show you from here with the theory that what Bitcoin has formed over here could be a potential bull flag or even a ABCD pattern. So you can see that there is a pull of a flag starting from here from the 23rd of January 2024, and that is in line with the ETF approval. And then if we translate this part over here and we bring it over here, it can bring us exactly to this point over here at roughly $95,000. Are we gonna go that high? I don't know, guys. Of course, it's pure speculation based on the data. This is in front of me. This is not financial advice, but if I had to guess, and I'm gonna cancel all of this so you can see a little bit better, but if this is a true bull flag from here to here, and we broke from this bull flag as we were discussing before, and then we're gonna have an acceleration that we can do and place this pole over here to just roughly around here. And it can bring us a target from here to roughly $95,000. Could go even higher, maybe reaching 100,000 if we're gonna see an extension. But of course, before talking about $95,000, $100,000, then we had to be a little bit mindful that we are not gonna go there in a straight line. Of course, it's not gonna be happening that one way to the other. We are going just to go in a straight line and we're going to touch the point over there. But of course, there is a high chance that even looking at the charts over here, looking at this chart, I'm just connecting 2 points over here, brings me roughly here until mid-June to 95, 96,000. Then I can even go on the weekly chart. I think you saw my chart from here so many times. I'm going to show you again, but this is also referring to the to the Japanese yen with Bitcoin. Looks like the same thing, and if I do that, brings me to roughly 100,000, 95,000. So theoretically, if we are going to continue, let's say for example, we're gonna see something like that, maybe it could be a little bit lower. So if we're gonna continue, and if history is gonna repeat, and if Bitcoin is gonna follow the same path as the Japanese yen, we will be able to see a potential mid-term top around this area over here. So I'm going to say in between $85,000 to $100,000. It's very difficult from a macro point of view to say this is the point, but that's what I could be expecting for we can call it wave. Some people call it wave 3 of a macro bull market. Some people call it a wave 5. So I like to call it more like wave 5, like this final push, like a mid-term top. Then what I could be expecting from here could be a correction down and then the final blow off top and be up to 140 to even $160,000. Okay, so, and again, I will be very careful once we're going to break above 100,000, because if we're going to be breaking above 100,000, because that is going to be a point of that you have to be very, very careful. So let's also have a look a little bit, because today there is a very important event. The European Central Bank is going to decide whether they're going to cut interest rates as well, or they're going to keep them unchanged. I'm just going to give you straight away a theory, is that if the European Central Bank decides not to cut interest rates this time, that could be seen as very disappointing for the markets, and therefore we could be seeing a drop in stocks and also in crypto. So this is, guys, the levels I'm looking at. So at the moment, guys, on the 4 hours, you can see that Bitcoin has formed what we call a double top. So we have one top over here, one top over here. And what I could be expecting could be that Bitcoin is going to retrace down to this area at roughly, let's say, 69,500, maybe by today, in anticipation of the European Central Bank cutting interest rates. And then depending on the outcome, then I could be expecting something like this. A push up to here, up to a new all-time, the previous all-time high is 73,500, or we're going to be seeing a drop down to here. So that could be my scenarios. Also, bear in mind that yesterday what happened is the Bank of Canada decided to cut interest rates, and Bitcoin actually had a push to the downside. It started to go down this way. It touched, sorry, it wasn't over here. It was around this level over here, but it went down and then it went up again. So if the same thing could happen today, that we could be seeing the European Central Bank cutting interest rates, maybe an initial sell-off, and then a continuation to the upside. So that's why we always say don't trade the news, because they can really screw you over. So that could be the first target to go for a bounce. Otherwise, if this gets broken down, then we're going to potentially revisit down to this area. I'm going to show you the area. So around here, there's going to be the zone which could be going down to maybe $68,800, $69,000. This is going to happen? Well, could be. Definitely could be a potential. So we can't really predict 100% what can be happening with the future. So let's also have a look at now something very important is going to be the stock market, so we can try to understand the next move of Bitcoin. I mean, the stock market, guys, has already broken all-time highs into like a melt-up phase, and this is in line, guys. What I think is Bitcoin could be seeing a mid-term top simply because of the stock market, because I believe that the stock market is into a parabolic melt-up, and I believe that we could be seeing the top soon as well. First of all, looking at the charts from here, you can see that we could be seeing already the top from here. So it could be rolling over already from here, like that. Maybe today, just one pullback and then continuation. Or otherwise, it could be rolling over like this. However, if I had to calculate the target for the S&P 500 based on what we said before about the Fibonacci extension and all of that, my target, guys, for the S&P for a mid-term top is going to be roughly, I'm going to show you from here, but it's going to be roughly around here at $5,600. I'm going to make it a little bit better so you can see it like that. So around $5,600 is going to be my mid-term top target from here. And it could be happening, I would say, if it happens, it has to happen within the next couple of weeks. Why is that? Because I believe as a speculation, as a theory, is that if the European Central Bank is going to cut interest rates, the market is going to believe that the Fed is going to do the same. And therefore, they're going to front run the event, the typical buy the rumor, sell the news. And we could be seeing an explosion with the S&P 500. So that could be something which I'm thinking about right now. So even right now, we are in this channel over here. So with this channel, I could be seeing the last push to the upside from here, reach this level, and then from here we're going to see a bigger correction, maybe down to this area over here. And again, I'm just going now, in ahead of the future, but that could be a very hypothetical scenario which I could be seeing happening right now with the S&P 500, because it's really getting extended, and we could be seeing like this little blow off top, which could also be creating a divergence over here, a bearish divergence, and it could push the price to the downside. But again, if we're gonna see that correction happening after, we could be seeing like a drop maybe even down to 4,600, and then after that, as I said before, one last push to the upside, which could be in between my final target for this S&P 500 end of the bull market. I believe is going to be roughly around here. It could be as high as 7,000, so $6,000 to $7,000. That could be a very good level for the S&P 500. But right now, guys, it looks like almost we are into this parabolic phase of the cycle. Look at this. This is crazy. Like it's completely it's just going steeper and steeper and steeper, and then we're going to be seeing the last push to the upside. And even looking at this, we could be thinking that we could see one and then two as well, which brings you to $6,000 for the S&P 500. But again, I guess we have to see for the next few months to come in. Now, let's have a look at something very important as well, which usually has a negative correlation with the stock market and also with crypto, is the DXY, guys. DXY, super important, has been helping us to really detect the future price of risk assets like Bitcoin and crypto, and we can see from here that DXY, guys, is pretty much in a downtrend from here. So it went up to 106, went down to 104, and right now I just broken support over here. So we were here. We were saying before in my previous videos that if we could have broken support around this area. So if that happened, then what I could be expecting could be the first level to reach would be here, and also the next level to reach is over here. So, and I'm talking about, guys, I'm talking about short term. So what I could be expecting from here could be a drop of the DXY going down to, let's say, maybe 102 to even $100, and this will coincide with Bitcoin going to 80-90K, S&P to 5,600, and then from here, what we could be forming, if of course we're gonna see a sell-off in crypto or in the stock market, it could be maybe by the 12th of June, like I was saying before. It could be, especially the Fed doesn't want to cut interest rates, we could see a spike again of the DXY and do this kind of motion. I'm gonna show you right now. So let's say, for instance, that I'm gonna go and take my Fibonacci retracement. Let's say, for instance, that we're going to see, for example, the S&P, Jerome Powell not going to cut interest rates. So what I could be expecting from there, it could be the Bitcoin going to 80-90K, S&P to 5,600, and then we are going to see one final push up to here to form a giant flag from here. That could be my expectation. And if I then calculate this one from here and then put it down around this area over here, it brings me a target of 95 for the DXY. So that I could be expecting big correction to 108 for the US dollar. I could be expecting Bitcoin going down to again to 60,000, 55,000, 60,000. S&P 500 down to 4,700. But then, once you're going to reach this point, this golden zone of the Fibonacci, we're going to go down again. And this is going to be when we're going to see the final blow off top of the stock market, maybe end of 2024, Q4, or even beginning of 2025. And then we're going to be seeing Bitcoin over 100,000, maybe 120, 130. But what is quite remarkable about this is the fact that if you actually calculate this, and then you bring this sort of a bear flag ABCD pattern, and also you calculate this on a monthly chart. I'm going to go on the monthly chart and show you what it looks like. And it's quite incredible, I must say. So if I'm going to go here and put these lines over here, and then I'm going to create again our beautiful favorite channel. Okay, so the channel, it's always around here. Let me just drawing a little bit better. So we have a channel over here on the monthly chart, guys, monthly chart, which is very important. And if you have a look at all of that, and then you calculate again, we can go like and put this one in the middle of the channel. So we could be seeing push back down to here, one last spike to the upside from here, and then the final completion of this movement. So AB, BC, and CD. You tell me what you think about this, because in my opinion, looks quite remarkable. And if this is the case, of course, that's going to be it will coincide with the Fed cutting interest rates, which then could help to push lots of money into risk assets. Everybody's going to buy crypto stocks. We're going to see a euphoria phase, and then, of course, after that, a beautiful recession will probably come, and we're going to see bear market and an explosion of the DXY to the upside. So that's what I can think, guys. Cool. Let's also have a look at the US 10 years Treasury yield as well. Very important. Usually, it really forecasts. It really helps you to understand, where is the Fed, what is happening with. It can really help you to predict what is the price, with Bitcoin, with crypto. Is a great leading indicator. And as you can see from here, guys, we're starting to see, and I told you before about the US 10 years Treasury yield. There is a big divergence on the RSI. You can see the price moving up this way, but you can see the RSI starting to point downwards this way. So at the moment, guys, I'm going to go on the weekly just to show you a little bit better. So on the weekly chart, and what I would like to see from here with this DXY, first of all, in my eyes, I can see already that it's forming a potential head and shoulder. So let's say, we got this point over here, which you can put like an intersection over here, and then looks like it wants to continue higher, right? It wants to continue to go to the upside, but you can see the RSI already pointing downward. So that's usually is not a great sign. And on top of that, this 10 years is potentially forming what we call a head and shoulder. So we have one shoulder here, head, and another shoulder potentially coming this way. If this one is going to play out, guys, and we're going to see a break of the structure of the US 10 years, what it means that investors are pretty much taking their money away from fixed income, so they don't buy any more treasury yield, they don't invest they don't buy US dollars just to get some fixed income, but they rather take the money away and put them into risk assets. So if you're going to see something like that, then the head and shoulder can bring us exactly to this point over here at 2.6. So if you think about from a economics point of view, why would you, I guess, put the money in the bank and get this fixed income, or with the government that is going to give you only 2.6%, 2.7%, where you can put them into risk assets that are going to give you much, much more? That's the reason why this has a negative correlation with Bitcoin and crypto. So whenever this goes low, then the risk assets like Bitcoin and crypto go to the upside. So this is very, very exciting. And guys, last thing I want to show you today, which is quite interesting just to understand also the stock market and the S&P, is looking at NVIDIA as well. NVIDIA now counts 30% of the stock market. As you can see, this is one of my previous charts that I was actually designing like a long time ago, and look what happened over here. Like I was just saying that we would have seen a pullback, but what is quite interesting is that we actually were right around this area, but then boom, you had a huge reversal to the upside, and NVIDIA is about to top up as well. So that's why we gotta be very careful as well with the NVIDIA, because it's counting 30% of the stock market. Then one might imply that if NVIDIA starts to roll over, then we could be seeing the S&P 500 going down, as well as Bitcoin and crypto as well. But again, NVIDIA could be, I would say, find a mid-term top of this parabolic trend, and it could be reaching even 1,300, 1,400. But right now, people are asking me, should I buy NVIDIA? And the answer is absolutely no. I mean, you can do whatever you want, right? You can buy as much as you want of NVIDIA, but to me, looks, I'm not going to even say extended. This is like, really, it just screams sell. Of course, the market can stay irrational as much as you want, but you are into a parabolic state right now. And that could be actually very good. That once bad news are gonna come out, Nvidia could be a very good coin potentially to go for a short position, and no financial advice. Guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope it was helpful. If you have a question, leave a comment down below, but otherwise I'm going to see you in the next video tomorrow, and of course click in the link for our VIP group where we post analysis every single day. Take care, and I'm gonna see you soon.